Hello everyone, Iron here. Today I'm excited to share my experience with the first technical demonstration or alpha of a new game. As an avid player of their previous first-person shooter Dust 514, which I consider the best FPS that unfortunately many missed out on, I was eager to dive into this new game. It's been a decade since Dust 5.1 came out, and while it deserves its own discussion, my focus today is on the incredible potential I've seen in Vanguard. Having played a vast array of shooters, from big budget titles to indie games and even Star Citizen, Vanguard's test impressed me, despite only featuring one single map, a few objectives, squad mechanics, respawn and resource system, basic crafting and just one gun. The gameplay felt robust and cohesive. Now, of course, there were bugs, but the cloning system was a really standout feature, allowing our squad to strategize around clone counts for quicker respawns. In many of today's shooters, every kill feels like a struggle. Vanguard reminded me of what fun felt like. The atmosphere, sound design, gunplay, and the overall game loop were pretty delightful. It made me miss Dust 514 more, and I look forward to new features like suit fittings. The current time to kill seemed a bit too fast for me, but I believe this can be balanced with future additions like armor plates or shield extenders. Most of the time you see a squad of 3, you take out 1, maybe 1.5 of them, and then they react to you. So yeah, health could use a little bit of a boost there. Recently I also played Star Citizen again for comparison. As someone who's more comfortable on the ground and piloting, I found its FPS experience disorienting, like controlling a floating camera. This really hasn't improved in 5 years, although performance-wise a 4090 graphics card now achieves 60 to 90 FPS. In contrast, Vanguard offered a more grounded experience with FPS rates between 160 and 200 and a more controlled gameplay. While it's of course not Apex Legends, and it's not trying to be, Vanguard was genuinely fun. A sentiment I haven't felt in 2 years with Apex Legends. As a fairly skilled player in Apex and Warzone, constant high stakes matches and the inability to casually play with friends have been very frustrating. Vanguard, however, brought back the joy of teaming up with casual shooter players. Usually I spend just a few hours on alpha tests before returning to my regular games, but Vanguard captivated me and my friends for the entire 4-day test. We had fun with its limited content, a rare occurrence nowadays. The next test is in January, and I highly recommend it to fans of sandbox FPS games or just first-person shooters in general. It may look like an extraction shooter now, but it's evolving into a sandbox. The developers are actively seeking feedback to shape the game according to player preferences. A refreshing approach in today's gaming landscape. I hope they remove the paid access requirements for the alpha to encourage broader participation. Overall, for what it was, I would eagerly participate in the next test. It was a solid 10 out of 10 experience for me.